Alright, let's dive into something that's got the Marvel fandom buzzing. X-Men 97 and its mind-bending twist in Season 2. But here's the thing. I'm not just here to recap what happened. I'm here to unpack the why and how of it all, because honestly, this show is doing something way more clever than it's getting credit for. So, buckle up, because we're not just talking about Gambit or Apocalypse. We are talking about the psychology of villains, the evolution of heroes, and the deeper questions this show is daring to ask. First off, let's talk about Gambit. Personally, I think what makes his arc so fascinating is how it mirrors the classic dead but not really trope, but with a twist. In the comics, Gambit's stint as Death, one of Apocalypse's horsemen, was always about power and redemption. But in X-Men 97, it feels more like a character study. When Apocalypse resurrects him, it's not just a plot point, it's a statement about control. Apocalypse thinks he's pulling the strings, but Gambit's transformation into Death feels like a rebellion waiting to happen. What many people don't realize is that Gambit's explosive powers were never just about destruction, they were about freedom. So, when his cards turn into tarot, it's not just a cool visual, it's a metaphor for his identity being rewritten. And that's where things get interesting. Now, let's talk about Apocalypse's death. On the surface, it looks like Gambit did it. His death charge could easily explain the decayed corpse. But here's where I'm going to throw a wrench in the works. What if Gambit isn't the killer? What if he's the vessel? If you take a step back and think about it, Apocalypse's obsession with transferring his consciousness into a new host, specifically Nathan Summers, feels like foreshadowing. Maybe Gambit's resurrection wasn't about creating a servant. Maybe it was about creating a body. Apocalypse's corpse could just be the leftover shell after his jumped ship. And that raises a deeper question. Why Gambit? Sure, he's powerful, but is not the most obvious choice. Unless it's personal. Apocalypse isn't just a villain, he's a sadist. Forcing the X-Men to fight Gambit, a friend, a teammate, would be the ultimate psychological torture. That's the kind of cruelty Apocalypse thrives on. But here's the part that really gets me. What does this mean for Gambit's agency? If Apocalypse is inside him, is Gambit still Gambit? Or is he just a puppet? This isn't just a plot twist, it's a philosophical question. The show is asking us to consider what makes someone who they are, their body, their mind, or their choices. And honestly, that's the kind of storytelling Marvel should be doing more of. It's not just about fights and powers, it's about identity and morality. Now, let's zoom out for a second. X-Men 97 isn't just revisiting the 90s cartoon, it's redefining it. The original show was great, but it was very much a product of its time. This new series is taking those characters and pushing them into uncharted territory. Gambit's arc is a perfect example. He's not just a charming rogue anymore, he's a tragic figure. And Apocalypse. He's not just a big bad, he's a symbol of the fear of change. That's what makes this show so compelling. It's not afraid to ask hard questions or challenge our assumptions. So, where does this leave us? Personally, I think the biggest takeaway here is that X-Men 97 is playing the long game. Gambit's resurrection, Apocalypse's death, these aren't just plot points, they're pieces of a puzzle. The show is setting up something bigger, something that's going to force us to rethink everything we thought we knew about these characters. And honestly, I'm here for it. Because at the end of the day, isn't that what great storytelling is all about? Not just surprising us, but challenging us. So, what do you think? Is Gambit really Apocalypse's killer, or is there something more going on? Let me know in the comments. And if you're not already watching X-Men 97, what are you waiting for? This show is a masterclass in how to revive a classic while making it feel completely new. Trust me, you don't want to miss it.